I'm going to call this continuation meeting of the March 16th, 2026 meeting to order. Please rise. Do I not do that in this part? Okay, next one. The mission of Tyler County Schools is to provide student-centered learning opportunities that ensure all students will learn to their potential and master the skills, ethical behaviors, and attitudes needed to be successful citizens in the 21st century economy. The roll call for the board is Mrs. Stender, Mr. Strode, Mrs. Byers are all in attendance in person. Mr. Thomas is in attendance by phone, and Mr. Shreves is absent. Mr. Hiley is here in person also. Okay, with that being said, I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Hiley and financials.
Mr. Lancaster, this is approval of the regular and special rates for the 2027 school year.
I'm going to be really quick. This is a required meeting on the third Tuesday in April. The levy rates have already been, the proposed levy rates have been approved by the state. I think I put a copy of that by the state auditor's office. Put a copy of that in front of you. You'll see a letter there from Deputy State Auditor Ora Ash, where it says that the levy rates, they found that the levy rates that we proposed were legally authorized by a vote of the people. So at this point, what we're required to do, it's been published in the newspaper, required to bring it to you. The state auditor's office has approved the rates. The state superintendent has approved the rates. So at this point, it's just officially entering the levy rates into the, and I think that requires action when you're, well, it doesn't, it's been approved by the state. I did just want to point out something because you know, I probably pointed this out last time I brought it to you, but it's just such a big impact for us. The assessed property values is what our levy rates, you know, our levy rates stay the same, but the assessed property values is what creates that fluctuation. And, you know, a couple years ago, Tyler County had that really good year. It was based on the price of natural gas. I'll present that to you a little bit here in a few days. But we are seeing, you know, the values have gone down, and we're seeing a 60% decrease for the current year we're in for property revenue for taxes. And then that's followed up with a 19% decrease is what we're expecting in next year's budget. We're still better off than we were, you know, 15 years ago, but we're not in the same situation that we're in 2 years ago. So I just wanted to point that out to you. It's a good opportunity to do that since we are approving the levy rates tonight that they're based on assessed property values, and the values fluctuate. And in our county and the natural gas counties, it's largely because of the price of gas. And that's what we see. I'll present that to you in a graph that actually shows the price of gas and that fluctuation. And then a couple years later, our revenue goes up, and then the price of gas goes down, and then our revenue goes down. That's kind of where we are in this county. I just wanted to point that out to you, and that's really all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, so the next meeting will be held immediately following this continuation. The Tyler County Board of Education office located here in Dodge Street. There will be a budget overview held on April 27th here at the board office. And then I'd ask that meeting, the continuation meeting, be adjourned.
Okay, it is, well, 7:03. The continuation meeting is now adjourned. We will now, I will now call the regular meeting of the Tyler County Board of Education to order. If you would, please stand for a moment of silence and the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and the roll call is the same as it was for the continuation meeting. Scott Sturd and Diana Stender are present. Mr. Hiley is present. Larry Thomas is present by phone, and Andy Shreves is absent. I will now turn the meeting over to Mr. Hiley.
Thank you. The minutes for the April 6th meeting have been approved. We have nothing other presentations this evening. We do have two delegations. We'll start with Roger R. Weiss, Tyler County taxpayer, to talk about the school levy. Just a reminder, you're allotted 5 minutes, and there will be no interaction between the board and the delegation.
I understand. I would prefer to defer until after you answer the questions that I presented at the last board meeting.
This is, the agenda is set. You can't defer.
I'll speak, but
Okay.
I need to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
First of all, at the last meeting, I asked a series of questions in regards to the levy itself. And I just heard from your financial person attesting to the fact that you are announcing that you believe your income will decrease in the next few years. I want to take exception to that. It is based on a price of natural gas, the amount of revenue that you receive, and the amount of taxes that I pay. As you're aware, the price of gas has escalated up to over $4 a gallon now. Natural gas prices are extremely high. They've increased dramatically, and they will continue to increase if we begin exporting our gas. So I'm going to suggest to you that your pronounced income for the next few years is dramatically low. In addition to that, we have numerous new gas wells kicking into production, which you're going to be receiving future benefits. All you have to do is drive out 180, look up on the hill, and you'll see 15 to 20 new wells. Drive up Indian Creek, those areas, you're going to find new wells. You're going to be receiving a horrendous amount of new revenue. So I'm curious as to what the need for the special levy is, and with that, I'm going to let you respond to the questions that I asked last week.
Thank you. The second delegation is Tammy Bassett with LifeWise to talk about LifeWise.
Hi, my name is Tammy Bassett. I am the local program director for LifeWise Academy. LifeWise Academy is a release time religious instruction program. In 1952, the Supreme Court ruled that RTRI programs are legal as long as they follow 3 rules: parent permitted, completely free, and off school property. We abide by all of those rules. LifeWise Academy was started in Van Wert, Ohio. The program was such a success that they packaged it and offered it to communities to join and start their own local LifeWise Academy in 2018. Their initial goal, or one of them, was to have 25 schools by 2025. Well, they're currently live in 33 states and confirmed to start 37 in the fall. We're live in 960 schools in those 33 states and confirmed for 1,399 for the fall. And as of the end of March, we currently have 62,942 students enrolled across the U.S. So what does a day look like in LifeWise? Based on our current schools, we are currently in Wetzel County. There are programs, I think, in Berkeley County, Upshur County, and I have a picture here of programs that have 50 signatures. That West Virginia is right here. I think we counted, there's 31 counties that has 50 signatures, and we have 5 live, 5 mature, and 6 live. My bifocals going there. What does a day look like in LifeWise? Well, there's a lot of work behind the scenes where we meet with, after we get a school approval, and set up with the principals and everything, that we pull up in front of the schools. The secretaries already have a checklist and copy of the permission forms for each student that the parents have signed up. We check them out during their lunch and recess. We don't want them to miss any kind of instruction. And we only pick up a class once a week. So we may take 3rd grade on Wednesdays, but we may take 1st grade on Mondays, or whatever's worked out. So after they sign a checklist and we sign that we've taken them out, we take them off campus. So we do a high energy hybrid VBS Sunday school class, basically, where we do teach the gospel, but we also teach character traits, perseverance, gratitude, compassion, loyalty, growth, courage, stewardship, and more. Each week we focus on those. And we use these times. So we use the bus trips and the ride back because we are very strict on those times from when we pick the kids up to the kids leave. And since we do lunch and recess kind of program, they usually go through the line. In Wetzel County, we have it worked out with them where they jump the line and they get their to-go container and they take it with us. So we have a video usually at the beginning, and that's when they eat their lunch. If they're not done, like today, I had to fill in for the teacher, so we did the verse with Hangman, so they could finish eating their lunch and everything while we still proceeded. We have to have a teacher that is a certified teacher or has 2 years teaching a Sunday school class. We have to have a letter of reference from their pastor. We have to have background checks. We have in-house training. They have training. Everybody is vetted in our program. We've actually had people that could not volunteer because of things in their past, and that was unfortunate, but our goal is safety for the kids. We are locked down, so we have a sign in our window of our door or on the door that says, if you want to tour our facility or something, if the mayor shows up, sorry, you have to call this number, which is my number, and we have a contract for you to sign, and then I can escort you on a tour. So if anybody would like a tour, let me know, because we only have one more week in Wetzel County. So each volunteer driver is interviewed, has pastoral reference, passes a background check. We're all locked down. I can't go into every aspect of what we do, but I will say that we are completely free, parent permitted, and off school property. An independent study was done by Thomas P. Miller and Associates, and the report there is very long, and I have it if you want to read it, and you can't go to sleep tonight, you can read it. That in year one, there's a strong statistical significance and correlation between improved attendance rates and LifeWise Academy in the students. In year 2 and 3, the number of students receiving first time in school and out of school suspension dropped. We're here, like your mission statement is about the student. There's more to the student than their test scores. We all know that. And I know in Wetzel County, the rate is 65% of the students that are being raised by grandparents or other family member. And from what I hear, the rate's about the same in Tyler County. We provide more of a family. I'm gonna get emotional. We've had 2 families in crisis this year that we were able to step in for. And I don't wanna go into that because the kids don't know. And I don't want them to ever find out. And I went, and the one mom's like, well, who are you now? I'm like, well, remember you signed your kid up for LifeWise, your family. So that's my time. And I know you can't ask any questions, and I don't know what protocol is, but we would love to be here for your kids.
Thank you, Ms. Bass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have under communications, responses to levy questions from the April 6, 2026 meeting. So I'm just going to go through the questions and then the answers that I have here for those questions that were posed. The first question I have is, what's the rationale for running the excess levy a year early? So, as a school district, we are required by law to place an excess levy on the ballot during a general election. This changed in 2018 with the passage of Senate Bill 152. Additionally, running the levy early provides an important safeguard for our schools and our community. If the levy were not to pass, the district would still have adequate time to reassess, gather feedback, make necessary adjustments, and present a revised levy to voters in the future election cycle. This proactive timing helps protect against any potential disruptions in programs, staffing, or services that depend on levy funding. So that was question number 1. Question number 2 is, what is the cost of running this extra levy? Well, the costs are minimal because we are running the excess levy with the general election. The other reason the cost is minimal is because our levy has been the same for many years. Small cost, the cost that we do have is a small cost to run legal ad, minimal legal cost to vet our levy call. So in the past, we have run special elections when it was allowed, and that does cost money. That costs the taxpayers money because you have to hire poll workers and you have to do all those things to set up your own election. But now with Senate Bill 152, you have to have it on a general election year. So there really is very minimal cost in running this levy. So the next question was, did the state board or local board decide to run this levy? Well, I mean, it's, based on Tyler County being under state control and our local board having no voting power at this time, Tyler County Schools has run this levy through the State Department of Education for approval. Not to say that, our hopes is in the near future that the Tyler County board members are the one running Tyler County Schools, and then they would be in charge of the levy. So that's the gist of that answer. And then the big question, I think, that I need to answer, is there a need for the excess levy? So the short answer is yes. There is a clear and ongoing need for the excess levy. These funds directly support essential components of our school system, such as student programs, extracurricular activities, transportation and operational cost, safety and facility improvements, technology in our classroom and classroom resources. And then it also allows us to have competitive salaries and benefits to recruit and retain quality staff, which is very important in a school system. Without the excess levy, the district would face difficult decisions that would impact the quality of our education for our students and overall opportunities for our school system. The levy allows us to maintain the level of service our students, staff, and community expect and deserve, while continuing to move Tyler County Schools forward. So, in short, the excess net levy is not about extras. It's about sustaining and strengthening the core of what we provide our students every day. And then I want to go into a little bit about the funds that Mr. Lancaster had talked about. So, while Tyler County Schools experienced an unusually strong fiscal year in FY25, with a total tax collection of $116 million, that level of revenue was an anomaly. Not sustainable funding baseline. Those funds have been strategically utilized to invest in the construction of the new Tyler Consolidated Elementary School, a long-term capital project that positions the district for decades of stability and eliminates the need for future bond issuances, meaning it would cost taxpayers additional money in the future to build new schools. What we've done is we're setting Tyler County Schools up for many years to come with facilities. This proactive approach ultimately saves taxpayers money over time. Within the new levy call, if Tyler County were to experience a large tax collection like FY25, the local Board of Education has the authority to lower the rate in any given year to save taxpayers money while continuing to allow Tyler County Schools to grow. So we can, at any year during this levy, which is different than this is the compromise that we talked about. This is what has never been done before in Tyler County. We would allow, in this levy, it allows the Board of Education to lower that rate in any given year. We would have such anomaly, if we were to have an anomaly again. So I think that's very important for people to understand. However, the financial outlook changes significantly for FY26. Tax collections decreased by approximately 60%, and projections indicate that an additional 19% decline in FY27. This equates to a loss in revenue of over $80 million. At the time, the district requires an average of about $34 million annually to maintain current operations and programs. By FY27, without the support of the excess levy, the regular levy is expected to generate only $16.4 million. Compounding this challenge, Tyler County Schools will not receive state aid, creating substantial funding gap that cannot be addressed without local support. So based on these realities, the need for the excess levy is not only justified, it is essential to sustain the education excellence that we have here in Tyler County Schools. And just a few things that I wrote down here that this levy helps us to have, that other school systems may or may not have. Those school systems who have an excess levy do have some of these services. One, so we have social workers in our buildings. We have our own SRO officers in each building. We have nurses at each building. We have, I'm just going to from the heart say these things. We have lots of kids who come to us with a lot of issues, and in order for a kid to learn, those issues have to be taken care of. So our social workers, our guidance counselors, our SROs, they are a vital asset to what we do in Tyler County. It isn't about it, and honestly, it isn't about the grades and things like that. We can't get to that point until we have all these basic needs taken care of. So these people who are funded partly through this excess levy, we have to have that money in order to have those people, and we can't continue to grow kids to be doctors and lawyers and things like that if we don't teach the whole kid. It has to be a whole kid approach. You know, many years ago, kids came to school and they did their schoolwork and they went home and that was it. Well, that's not how it is anymore. Kids come to us with a lot. Not all kids, but some do. And it's our job to educate every kid that comes through the building. And some of those kids have to have these services in place before they can learn. So, to me, the excess levy is not, and you say what you want, it's not about money to me. It's about providing these kids with the services that we can provide with this money. And I think, honestly, by putting that caveat in this new levy that allows board members to change any given year, we may have those anomalies like we talked about, is a point to work with the community, to work with the taxpayers, to work with everyone involved to make sure that we're still providing all the opportunities that we can provide to Tyler County kids and not be an overburden on taxpayers. I mean, I think that's where we need to be. And if we didn't want to come to the table and work, we wouldn't have put that caveat in this new levy call. And I think that's just. So is the levy, do we need the levy? Absolutely, we need the levy. Absolutely, 100%. So then the last question that was asked was, how much money does Tyler County have in reserve? So Tyler County Schools ended last year with an unassigned fund balance of $35 million. This is after committing funds needed to build the new elementary school. So once we committed the funds to build this new school, we had $35 million balance. So if you look back, that without the excess levy, that is 1 year we can run in what we're doing now moving forward. So that is the answers to the levy questions. As we move forward, and also about the levy, anytime I know people are listening, watching, give me a call. I mean, me and Mr. Langston would be more than happy to sit down with anyone that has questions. I think there's a lot of misnomers and misinformation out there about what's going on. I had a question today about why are you running a third levy? Well, we're not running a third levy. As this isn't, because it's called a special. I think that people get caught up in the name of the levy more than anything. They think that it's called a special levy, it's called an excess levy, it's called a school levy. Well, I think people use those words interchangeably, and they're not interchangeable. So, but yeah, if you have questions, reach out, call me, call Mr. Langster. We're here to talk about anything you want to talk about that pertains to that, and what all those things we do and use that money for. So, under G, Superintendent's report, AI discussion. I'd given you those guidelines, board members in the past. Just if you have any questions about those, I'd be more than happy to answer those questions you have about the AI talking points and guidelines that we have putting in place. We'll continue to grow with our AI across the county as it grows. It just continues to grow. I don't know, I'm sure you saw in the news all these data banks that are popping up everywhere across the state. It's going to be a big deal for that purpose. Project updates. Had a progress meeting today for the new elementary school. We are now moving dirt. Tree falling is all done. They're now burning. I don't know if you saw showing some smoke in the back. So they're burning the trees. Not the trees. They're getting rid of the trees that they can sell or get rid of. They're burning the brush. We will be tearing down the old house and barn this week coming. 2-week look ahead. They're going to start working on those the retaining walls that are needed and get that access road built so they can put the temporary bridge in, and that way they can start getting materials that way up on the hill. The other thing is April 23rd, 2026, we will be having our ribbon cutting ceremony for our Linda L. Hoover Agricultural Science Building from 2 to 6. Stop out, check it out. One of those things that we're able to do here in Tyler County Schools because of what we have and things that the tax money that we have. That ribbon cutting, like I said, is from 2 to 6. Stop out. There'll be food. They'll get a tour of the new building, also with the meat cutting lab that's been renovated. You'll get to see that also. Under curricular updates, we had a request for the following textbook adoptions for 27 through 31. I can't believe I'm saying 31. 2031. So in health, 9 through 12 will be essential skills for high school. 6-8 will be West Virginia Teen Health. K-5 will be the Great Body Shop, the Children's Health Market. Number 2 is personal finance, which is managing your own personal finances. That's Cengage will be our textbook there. And then the arts, as you can see, there are quite a few that we've adopted to utilize in music and art moving forward. But these are all on the state approved textbook adoption site. So the state has approved those as ours moving forward for those subjects through 2031. Do we have any committee reports tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
I was present at the Sistersville Library board meeting. We are planning quite a few events for the 250 year anniversary. Right now, if you go to the library, I can't remember whether it's a week or a month, they have a patriotic or a well-known art picture, painting, portrait that they put up for everybody to come in and see. They are giving away baskets of memorabilia. So they are very interested in celebrating the 250-year anniversary of the United States. So we've been working hard on that.
Good. Mr. Thomas and I have a mob time meeting Thursday, so we'll have an update from there at the next meeting. Nothing under staff reports. Under financial, Mr. Lankster. The state has approved Mr. Lankster as the treasurer for the upcoming year. We're thankful that we have treasurer.
Yes.
Always a good thing.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Already was approved.
So, policy review. These are the new policies that will be on our website now for review moving forward. I will tell you that it's a little slower process than I thought with the state vetting all of our policies also. They made it through the 0000s this last time. So our plan is we will take, once they've all been vetted and we've got all of our feedback from people, we'll make one mass change of policy, whether it's half of them or the whole all new policies. We'll see what's going on. I know Boone County is doing the same thing with an adoption of new policies through Neola. So we're kind of using them to see where we want to put those. Our goal was to have them all changed over by July 1. That way it starts the new school year for us. So under that, of course, you can go to Wetzel County, or not to Wetzel County, I was thinking of Jeff. TylerCountyPublicSchools.com to review all the policies and sections above. Under athletic schedules, we have nothing. Then also approval of requests. There's a few trips there. And then we use the auditorium March 30th for an Arts Link presentation. So we're excited for that. We always like it when Arts Links comes in and utilizes our facility. Also on there, you'll see that for the 2027, so not this summer, but next summer, the band is asking to attend the 4th of July parade in Washington, D.C. Again, they've been asked to come play there again. So we're excited for that. Under personnel, we do have a couple resignations. Adam Haywood resigns his position as math teacher, head boys track coach, and math field day coordinator at Tulane High School. It's effective at the end of the school year. Courtney Postwaite resigns her position as special education instructional aide at Arthur I. Borman. That's effective March 25, 2026. Erin Giesecke resigns her position as assistant soccer coach at Tyler Consolidated High School, effective immediately. So those have all been approved by the state, and we are working to fill those positions as we speak. So if you're listening out there in YouTube land and you're looking for a job, check out Tyler County Schools and apply on Frontline. So employment and transfers and rescissions. So last meeting we employed Sarah Connor as an aide. Well, she finished her schooling and she passed all of her tests, so now she is a licensed special education teacher. So she's accepted the job at Sistersville Elementary School for the 26-27 school year. Employed George McCroby as bus operator in Route 63, effective the 26-27 school year. Employed Lisa Winters, Cook 3 cafeteria manager, effective the 26-27 school year. And employ Chastity Pittman as a temporary classroom instructional aide, effective April 22nd, 2026. Other personnel approval, all of the renewing probationary contracts and all those employees have been vetted through the state to allow them to continue to work for Tyler County Schools. Then we got all of our bills paid. There will be a budget overview on Monday, April 27th, like I said earlier, at 7 p.m. with Jeff Lancaster, treasurer of Tyler County Schools. The budget overview will take place at the Tyler County Board of Education office located on Dodge Street in Middleburg. The next regular meeting will be held May the 4th, be with you, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Tyler County Board of Education located on Dodge Street in Middleburg. And at this time, I would ask for this meeting to be adjourned.
Okay, this meeting of the Tyler County Board of Education is so adjourned. It is 7:32.
Thank you.